Hello YouTubers, beer geeks, and beer hounds alike. Bill here, and we're going to do a beer review today. This one is by Three Weavers. It's called Expatriate India Pale Ale. And it comes in at 6.9% alcohol by volume. And I've never had any beers from Three Weavers before. So this is my first time experiencing a Three Weavers beer. And this is their Expatriate India Pale Ale. That's what the can looks like. I got this at Total Wine and More for like 12 bucks out the door for a 6-pack. It says, inspired by the Three Weavers community, our West Coast IPA is bright and laden with notes of tropical fruits, brewed with 2-row barley, a touch of English crystal malt, and loaded with new age American hops. Expatriate is home no matter where you are. It's more than beer, it's community. And they're from Inglewood, California. And it's got a date on the bottom, canned on 11/20/2019. And today is 1/17/20, so it's just under 2 months old. 2 months old, so it should be pretty good still. There's no other literature on here. Yeah, and that's what the can looks like. And there's their little date on the bottom there. Alright, well, let's get it cracked open and see what we got here. Yeah, I've seen this beer around. I just never went for it because I think there's something, I couldn't find the date on the outside of the box. So today I just opened the box up and pulled a can out and looked, and it's still about a little over 2 weeks over my preferred enjoy by date. I like to get mine about a month and a half or fresher, and I think 2 months is kind of pushing it, but it should be okay. It's a can. Let's see what we got here. I've heard some good things about Three Weavers, so we'll see. (6.9%), 12 bucks out the door. It's about the going. I don't know if I said that right or not. Expatriate. Yeah, I don't even know what that means. But all I know is it's a West Coast style IPA. It's got a monster, frothy, creamy, silky looking head there. And we have a pretty much a clear, light gold color. Yeah, pretty much like a light gold color. As you can see, very clear. Looks like a West Coast style. Totally see the clarity of the beer. Okay. There's no bubbles streaming up from the bottom. Okay. Pretty good looking beer. 6.9% is a little lighter than I like them. I usually like them at like around 7.5 or higher ABV, but it is what it is. Can't have everything all the time, right? I'll have less of a hangover tomorrow anyways for the lighter beer. Alright, let's get an aroma on this puppy. Yep, right up front I'm just getting like piney type hops. And a little bit of like malt sweetness. Like a bready kind of malt sweetness. pretty much all piney hops and a little bit of bready sweetness. Let's get a hit. Cheers. Okay. This is the definition of a West Coast style IPA. Pretty much all hops and all pine. It's pretty simple. It's not very complex, but it does taste very well. Very good. You mentioned something about tropical fruits. I'm not really tasting any fruit in this beer, just all hops. And it's all pretty much piney hops. But it's good balance of the malt sweetness and the hops. It's no lingering bitterness on the back end. It's well balanced. Yeah. It's got a medium mouthfeel. It's leaving a little bit of lacing on the glass there. Good head retention. Yeah, it's got really nice piney hop taste to it though. Very well balanced. This is just like the definition of a West Coast style IPA right there. This would be like a perfect example of a West Coast style IPA. It's nothing too complex. It's not too dank, but there's plenty of hops in there to classify as a West Coast style IPA. You can tell it's a very well put together beer. Yeah, there's really nice piney hop note. This is a really nice IPA because a lot of IPAs I've noticed these days kind of have this kind of little chalk taste to them, and I'm not sure if that's because they're using something in the brewing process that gives it that taste. Maybe they're cutting corners or something. I'm not sure. I'm not a brewer. I'm just a drinker, and I just call it how I taste it and see it and smell it. I really don't want to come into doing beer reviews like with an assumption because I know how to brew. So I'm just gonna I do my beer reviews as just a normal consumer would, without any pre-consumptions about how it should taste or anything like that. I mean, I just keep it pretty much standard as like a normal beer consumer would. Man, it's got really nice hop profile though. As far as the piney hop goes, it's a really good tasting piney hop they have there. And the malt is really good because it does not have that chalky kind of note that I find in a lot of them these days. I think they're still a small, I think these guys are still a microbrewery. I don't think they've been bought out, and I think it shows in their beer. I'll give one more hit, see if I can pick up anything else, and we'll wrap it up. Cheers. Yeah, this is excellent. You know what? This thing's pretty much 2 months old. Man, if you could get this puppy less than a month and a half old, or just like less than a month even, it's really good. Even at 2 months old, this is really tasty. All right, well, on a scale of 1 to 5 stars, 2.5 being C, just average, I'm going to give this puppy, this is a really nice example of West Coast style IPA. So with the quality I'm getting here at 2 months old, this thing is still 4.4 out of 5. This is really awesome. Really impressed with this. Three Weavers Expatriate IPA. Double horns up. All right. 4.4 it is. That's my story. I'm sticking with it. I'll have the description of this beer in the bottom of the video in the description section. Please like and subscribe. I'd much appreciate that. And we'll catch y'all later. See ya.